Today we are taking a royal journey through time, exploring some of the most magnificent castles in and near London. Let's get started.
If you're in London, you simply have to explore its incredible castles. But it's not just about the history, it's about the stories. Behind these ancient walls, you'll find tales of tragedy, murder, luxury, beauty, and everything in between. Sure, you might be tempted to start with Buckingham Palace, but trust me, there are castles that offer even more intrigue and adventure.
I'm standing in the middle of Kensington Gardens because we're going to be visiting Kensington Palace nearby. It's in the heart of London, and we're going to learn more about its historic and very rich past.
As you stroll through Kensington Gardens, you'll be drawn to the majestic silhouette of Kensington Palace. This historic residence has witnessed centuries of royal drama and intrigue. Kensington Palace has been home to several British monarchs, including Queen Victoria, who experienced her fair share of tragedies here. It was also the residence of Princess Diana, whose life was tragically cut short. Walking through the palace rooms, you can't help but imagine the stories that these walls could tell.
Kensington is a real treat. When you come here, they do have a free audio guide that is included with your admission. But if you can, remember to bring your own headphones. If you don't, it's no big deal, but we had to wait a little while to get ours. There's a lot to see here. Of course, it's only 300 and something years old versus 1,000 years old like Windsor, but it's a real interesting history. There's some neat tributes to Diana here too, as far as places, especially on the outside. But the inside's primarily about Victoria and Albert. It's really interesting history, and they even have some talks on the hour about various things. So when you come, you'll really enjoy it. We have.
When you come to London, our recommendation for one of the first attractions to see is the Tower of London that you see behind me. There's so much history here, a lot of it bloody, and it's also home to the crown jewels. Let's go in.
This imposing fortress, built by William the Conqueror himself, served as a royal palace, prison, and even a gruesome execution site. Explore the crown jewels, marvel at the medieval armor, and wander the grounds where legends like Anne Boleyn met their terrible fate. The Tower of London is a must-see for anyone wanting to delve into London's dramatic and bloody past.
We are finishing up our day at the Tower of London, and let me tell you, we had a great time, and we recommend you do this. There is so much to see. You think it's a tower, but it's a whole complex with so much history, and you can see so many different buildings, from the White Tower, which was William the Conqueror 1,000 years ago, to residences and chapels and so many other things, including the walls and the moat and everything else. So we have had a great time, and we really recommend you do it. If you can, do it early when you come to London. A couple of tips: get your tickets online in advance. It does book up. And we also recommend, if you have the opportunity, that you get your tickets for earlier in the morning. We actually had an 11 o'clock entrance, and it is now almost 5 p.m. They close at 5:30. We spent the whole day here, and we just took a couple of breaks for coffee, but it really kept us interested, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. So you don't need a guided tour. They have the yeoman wardens that are here, which is a really big honor. It's the people in the red uniforms that you'll see. These are people with significant military experience, and it's quite an honor to get selected. They actually bring you in once you're in the complex here and give you a great tour, and it's really, really interesting. These people are great. So don't pay for a guided tour from somebody else. We do recommend, though, if you can, get the audio guide, because after our tour with a yeoman, it actually takes you all around the complex and tells you a lot of things that you can't see and hear on that tour, and it lets you do it at your own pace. So when in London, get here early, come, have a great trip like we did, and we highly recommend it to be something that you kick off London with if you can, because it really sets the tone for your visit here. Enjoy. Look who's greeting us today. It's Queen Victoria behind us because we are at Windsor Castle. We took the train up here from London. It was a little tricky, but we figured it out. A combination of tube and national rail, which was very efficient, got us here on time. We've got self-guided tickets today. We did this on our own instead of doing a tour because we thought we wanted to do it that way. We wanted the flexibility as well as the ability to kind of time it as we want. So anyway, we're looking forward to it. We're about to head in now with our time tickets. It does come with a guide. If you buy the tickets here, it's got an audio guide that comes with it. So looking forward to a good day.
This sprawling castle, with its majestic state apartments and beautiful gardens, offers a glimpse into the luxurious life of a royal. Witness the changing of the guard ceremony, see one grand room after another, explore the magnificent St. George's Chapel, and feel the weight of history within these grand walls.
We're really enjoying our visit here at Windsor. Once you get inside, every room is more grand and elaborate than the other. We especially love the Waterloo Chamber. It's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, there was a fire here back in 1997, so they even tell you about that. You see the restoration of the rooms. A really important thing to do is get this audio guide. It's free and included with your admission, but a lot of people don't seem to have it. I think you have to really pay attention as you come in and make sure you get it. But when you come here, take a few hours because getting around this place, especially with the crowds, takes time, but it's totally worth it.
Bampton Village, the charming setting for the beloved television show Downton Abbey, perfectly encapsulates the epitome of luxury and beauty that the British countryside has to offer. It serves as the perfect prelude to the true star of the show, Highclere Castle.
Today we're on a day trip from London and we're visiting all things Downton Abbey. And today we're in Bampton. And you may not know Bampton, but this is the real town that is represented in Downton Abbey. And we happen to be here on a day where they're actually filming, so that's super cool. We've seen Mrs. Crawley's house, we've seen the hospital, we've seen and been inside the church where all the weddings and things take place. And you may recognize the road I'm on now because this is the place where many times Anna and Mr. Bates have been walking with him and his cane slowly. And that was because they had to walk slowly because this is not a very long lane. We've had a great time here today and we're really getting a feel for Downton Abbey. It's a real live village with real live people and they're really glad to have us here.
If you recall from the series, the building behind me is often used as the clinic for the doctor. But in reality, there's this very cute little shop inside with all these great little things to help you remember Downton Abbey. And we got a few things, including the wit and wisdom of Downton Abbey. If you recall from the series, Lady Violet has some real zingers, so it'll be fun to reminisce on what she had to say.
So we just completed our tour of this beautiful, beautiful castle behind us, and we are so excited to have done it. We definitely recommend you do this if you ever get the opportunity. We found out they only open it 90 days a year, so you have to plan if you want to get in here. We were lucky enough to get in here and on a great day. We were shocked at how original everything is to the series. So they talked to us about the rooms. We went to Lady Grantham's room, we saw Lady Edith's room, we saw the Dowager's room, and of course all the public rooms, and they look exactly like you see. One of the guides told us not only did they choose Downton because it's so grand, but because it represented the period that they were writing in, and it had all the furnishings, the paintings, the rugs, and everything, and it looks like everything that they almost used to the T is in there. And so you don't see a lot of differences. There's family pictures and things that they of course take in and out because this is a house that people still live in. But we were shocked that they actually showed some of the scenes in the rooms that we were in, and you could see the detail from the lamps to the fireplaces to everything. So it was a great visit. We highly recommend it. We're big fans, and we're even more so now. We're going to be looking for all the things we saw today. And if you ever get a chance, come out here and see it.
Click here to see more of our adventures from the United Kingdom.